Wake up, people. It's 8 a.m. and a beautiful 63 degrees in New Orleans. Finally, autumn is here. You're listening to Lofi Poli Sci. Oh, yeah, it's your Monday morning edition of that Lofi Poli Sci podcast. I'm your host, Michael Pickering, here to talk about that famous question, what's going on in the world today? And we'll get you that weekend cinema box office report and your 5-day weather forecast. Just a minute. But for now, straight into it, the news fresh off that press. And right away, we head to Africa and update the situation in the country of Sudan. So last week, Sudanese military performed a coup and toppled the government. The 5th coup in the world this year. We'll get back to that later for sure. But for real, the people of Sudan, well, they ain't having it. Protest, massive protest, are taking place against the coup in the military. However, it was these massive protests that led to the military taking over, and as though the people were calling for it. And yeah, if you remember us talking about it, it's because we thought it was a bit peculiar too. Protesters calling for the coup, now protesters calling against the coup. So now, things are shaking down real quick. The prime minister that was arrested, well, he may be getting released / is released. There's still a few question marks around that. And the military are saying they may name a new one this week. You know, funding and aid have been cut off to the country from all over the place. People, keep your eyes on Sudan. Lots going down. Though, being the fifth military coup this year, I don't know if you should expect the world to do all that much about it. We'll keep you posted. And like I said, we'll talk about this more coming soon. Now let's head to the Middle East, to Saudi Arabia and Lebanon, where, well, Saudi Arabia told the Lebanese ambassador to leave the country. And right after it, Kuwait, Bahrain, and the UAE, well, they all told the ambassadors to leave the country too. Well, what the hell, people? What did Lebanon do to get their ambassadors kicked out of 4 countries in the Middle East? And, I mean, think about it too. Lebanon's going through a whole lot of trouble right now. Internally, domestically, they most certainly do not need this. And right after, as all this was taking place as well, Saudi Arabia already put a ban on imports from Lebanon. I mean, damn, Saudi Arabia. What did Lebanon do to you? Well, the information minister of Lebanon is being attributed to saying that Saudi Arabia and the UAE are really the ones stirring things up in the Yemeni civil war. And after that came out, all these other things started happening. Dude, this is big, people. This is really big. Lebanon just got a new coalition government and the promise of aid returning to help their economy. Lebanon doesn't need any of this. And this could really threaten the new coalition government. So keep your eyes on this one too. A lot is going to happen this week for sure. Now, let's switch gears a bit and bring you that weekend box office report. Oh yeah. What did people go see at the movies this Halloween weekend? Well, coming in at number 5 for the top earners this holiday weekend was Venom, Let There Be Carnage, with another $5.75 million. And damn, this movie just won't leave the top 5. That brings Venom to a $395 million global run so far. Sheesh. Number 4 was My Hero Academy, World Heroes Mission, which I almost went to go see, but it brought in $6.4 million at the box office. And number 3 was James Bond, No Time to Die, at $7.8 million. And number 2, Halloween Kills, because of course a scary flick has to come out and make the top 5 for Halloween weekend, but it grossed $8.5 million. And the number 1 earner this weekend, and its first weekend at the box office, Dune, at $15.5 million this weekend. And Lo-Fi Nation, I actually went to the cinema and saw this one, and it was my first time being back in a theater in over a year and a half. It was strange, really strange. I used to go to the theater all the time, but it'd been forever, you know? But I finally went. And I had me some nice beef curry and noodles from the mall whilst I waited for my show. Then I had me a raspberry icy and some zebra corn for the flick. And I just chilled for 2 hours and 35 minutes for the movie that was Dune. It was a noon showing. There was only about 13 people there. It was pretty chill, pretty nice. It was good to be back at the theater. And write in, people, have you been to the movies lately? Where did you go? What'd you go see? How was your experience? Lo-Fi listeners want to know. Oh, and how was Dune, you may be asking? Well, I thought it was brilliant. The cinematography, beautiful. The cast, amazing. The storyline, gripping. The acting, top-notch. It was a beautiful, well-done sci-fi epic adventure. Oh, yeah. And if you're like, sci-fi epic adventure, then this movie will be boring as hell for you. Don't waste your time. It is so long. Like I said, 2 hours and 35 minutes. But you know me, space nerd over here. Now let's get back to the grind of that lo-fi global news, fresh off that press, and onto a topic that everyone cares about. Facebook. Fucking Facebook. The Facebook papers, the Facebook whistleblowers. Facebook got caught with their hand in the cookie jar so many times that they gotta change their name. Because damn, Facebook, you done so many horrible things, you have to change your name. And that's it. Facebook Inc. is changing to, wait for it, Meta. Hey Facebook, come close. Come real close. Let us tell you, from Lofi Poli Sci, straight to Facebook Inc. This is meta-fucking stupid. I mean, you sure go ahead and change your name to a word that's become so hot. Like how people used to say, oh, that's epic. And that shit's so played out. And meta? Everything is meta these days. Meta that, meta this. The comedy is meta. They're breaking the fourth wall, meta. Oh, this metadata. Everything is so meta. Facebook, you're retarded. And changing your name is not going to change that. You see, their argument is that they are doing so much more than just the social media game out there, that they're looking into the big, the global, the meta picture of the future. And you know why Facebook is looking into things like virtual reality? Because they fucked up regular reality so much that they're just going to go ahead and change their name, hit a different industry, and make more money. Because that's what business is about, right? You don't make a business to lose money. You make it to make money. But the idea that big tech sold early on about changing the world, freeing humanity, yeah, this goes to show that they have completely abandoned that idea and are only looking for innovation and markets to expand their profits. You sold out long ago, Facebook. Changing your name won't make anyone forget it. Whatever, though, but now something I do care about. So much so that I'm bringing it from a Friday to a Monday to talk about, what is it? You know it, that T20, that AKA 2020 Cricket World Cup standings. Oh, yeah! Talking Jiminy on a Monday. Now, things are getting hot in this World Cup. The standings right now in the women's division, Group A. Number 1, India. Number 2, Australia. Number 3, New Zealand. Number 4, Sri Lanka. Number 5, Bangladesh. Women's division, Group B. Number 1, South Africa. Number 2, England. Number 3, West Indies. Number 4, Pakistan. Number 5, Thailand. And right in, who are you going for in the women's divisions? Oh, yeah. Now for the men's division, coming at you, that T20 Cricket World Cup. Group 1. Number 1, England. Number 2, South Africa. Number 3, Australia. Number 4, Sri Lanka. Number 5, West Indies. Number 6, Bangladesh. Group 2 of the men's. Pakistan, 3-0 right now. Way to go. Coming in at number 1, Pakistan. Number 2, Afghanistan. Number 3, New Zealand. Number 4, Namibia. Number 5, India. Number 6, Scotland. And there you have it, my friends, the current T20 cricket standings. And do I know what they all mean? No, not at all. Because, translation needed, I don't speak sports. All right, on the real, a little bit of an unplugging for a second. Back in August, I had no idea that there was a Cricket World Cup that would be happening this fall. None. I just said, American football again? Screw that. I'm talking about something else just to do it. And Talkin' Jiminy was born. And amazingly enough, though, we ended up being able to cover the 2020 World Cup of Cricket because of my disdain for American football. I call that luck. I call that fortuitous. Or just damn cool, really. Oh, and P.S., this meta moment is brought to you by Lofi Poli Sci. Now let's go ahead and get you that 5-day Metro New Orleans weather report. Oh, it is beautiful out in the city this morning. Yeah, it is a bit chilly, I know, that's right. But for Monday to Wednesday, sunny to partly cloudy with lows of about 61 and highs of about 76 degrees each and every day. Then get ready for it Thursday because it will be, You know what I'm going to say. Say it with me, Lo-Fi Nation. You know the words, It's going to be cloudy with a chance of meatballs. Oh, yeah. 100% chance of meatballs on Thursday, with lows dropping to 52 degrees and highs of about 66. Friday, 35% chance of meatballs and temperatures in the low 60s to the low 50s again. And you know what? I've been ready for autumn weather. For fall in the city, New Orleans is the perfect place to be. Get out there, walk around, see the sights, visit your local shops. I scored some great incense this weekend from one of my favorite New Orleans witchcraft and voodoo shops. Oh yeah, freaky Halloween shopping indeed, I did. And now for a last piece of news to send you on your way for the day. From the BBC World section, the headline, G20, world leaders agree to historic corporate tax deal. End quote. Sheesh, this could be big, people. The 20 largest economies in the world all agree to force companies to pay a set minimum tax of 15%. And this will be very interesting to see how big business reacts to this. It appears right now that politics is pushing economics around. But we'll see how economics pushes politics right back. Because you better believe that Wall Street won't take this one laying down. But before we head out, we need to talk about our 2-week-old question of the week. Our last Monday's episode, I asked, short-form episodes 5 days a week, like we've been having, or 1 day a week long-form, about 45-minute episodes. And between people coming up talking to me in person, people emailing the show, comments on Instagram, quite a few of you really let your voices be heard. And really, y'all are all split all over the place. Some of you like the longer ones for your longer commutes, while some of you like the shorter ones for your shorter commutes. Some of you listen on YouTube and think timestamps would be cool and break it up into different segments so you can come back and start at the different places, but have it marked. Others really dig the 5-day-a-week format with quick and most up-to-date news. That way you can easily digest it every single day and kind of make it habit. And if any of these things make you think of something else, write in and let us know. I have quite a few different ideas that I've really put in the pen to the paper, so to speak, and so we'll see. But we'll likely change things up at the end of Season 4 as a test run just to see how things go, and then go live with a new formatting launch for Season 5, officially beginning in January. Oh, wait. What is this? Is this a moment of us here at Lofi Poli Sci? Being meta again? Oh! And our question of the week for this week, meta or not, will Facebook changing their name really change their image? And as always, I'm curious your thoughts. And that's your Monday morning edition of What's Going On in the World Today. Interested in writing into the show? Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, myself on LinkedIn, email us, let your voice be heard. And look out for this Saturday's issue of Letters of the Lofi Poli Sci. Our theme this week, American political polarization. Is it real? Always remember that Lofi Poli Sci is more than just me. It's the we that we be. Peace and well-being to all my human beings out there. Much love and always the best. Pickering, signing off.